Master Numbers, to your November check-in. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I thought that instead of doing ones for the 11s, the 22s, and the 33s, we could just kind of have a moment together with the Master Number Life Pass, and kind of like speak to everybody at once. Master Numbers are something that are a little bit more rare. It is not a matter of like better than, it's just a matter of being. So with that, today's pregame is for all Master Numbers 11, 22, and 33. And to start, it looks like we're being called to step into our benevolent leader energy, right? King of Cups shows up, Temperance shows up, Queen of Swords shows up. All of these cards deal with levels of balance, deal with levels of emotional clarity, emotional intelligence, and these are things that like are commonly associated with leaders. Queen of Wands deals with like independence and really just like attacking life, fully empowered. And so with the King of Cups, the Temperance shows up, the Queen of Wands shows up. We're really being called to maintain judgment, even in the midst of other people fucking up our flow, throwing wrenches into the game plan, things of that nature. It's like, it's really easy for us to be perfectionists right now. And there's not really a reason for it, because everything that we wanted to see occur honestly has occurred. And I think for a lot of us, we're being confronted with the idea that like maybe we did not plan out, or maybe we didn't manifest or master far enough. Does that make sense? The idea that like we could have done more. And it's not a reparative thing. It's not like, oh, well, you need to go back and fix it. It's, oh, now I'm aware of how powerful I am. And so I need to be a little bit more specific about the way I manifest. I need to be more specific about the way I show up, and be more specific about what I'm willing to accept. Because otherwise, I'll take things that I didn't actually want. And so the Sun, the Empress, and the Queen of Pentacles shows up, and it's like, there's actually a lot of positivity in this experience that we're having right now, even though we feel inhibited by other people's maybe lack of ability to show up in the way that maybe they said, in the way that we feel like they should, whatever the case is. It doesn't change the fact that we built this. It doesn't change the fact that there's something to celebrate because we arrived. In that, we also need to recognize like, maybe you don't need to work that hard. If the hard work was explicitly to make sure that other people joined you, maybe you were taking on loads that you weren't supposed to take on. Maybe you were doing that Master Healer 11 thing where you were trying to heal wounds for them. Maybe you were doing that Master Healer 22 thing where instead of focusing on what you wanted to manifest in your head, the perfect reality, you made the one that the people around you seem to be most comfortable with. Maybe instead of offering the lesson that the 33 Master Teacher number called of you, you gave the instruction that was requested of you, because they said, I know what I want to learn. I want to learn this. You knew, probably should learn this. You didn't. And now you're dealing with the failures of showing up as your authentic self. And so something I think is interesting is the unions that are being called out at the end, or the relationships that we're being led into, are they really prosper from a place of no expectation. They prosper from a place of surrender. They prosper from a place of like knowing what I want in my experience and allowing that thing to simply show up rather than feeling the pressure to make it happen or create it. And so Page of Wands shows up and it's like, bro, there's a lot that we could do with this space. There's just empty, open space. And we have no idea what we want to do with it yet. We're still kind of like looking at this one like, man, this could be really cool. I can really, oh yeah, I can make this happen. I can make that. All that stuff is there. But it's going to require some strategy. It doesn't all just like flow to you effortlessly without you doing anything at all. As a master number, your mastery has to be apparent. Your mastery has to be apparent. And so this is about regaining control over the outcome and taking back power from those who basically like contracted us and probably didn't follow up on what they said they were contracting us for, right? They didn't show up with what was required for that to actually work. And so competition shows up. Competition shows up where it's like there's disagreements, there's tension, there's like competing points of view, right? But there's this kind of like this thing that's being asked of us where it's like, yo, if they want to show up and compete with you, let them, because quite honestly, they can't. Like, the thing that you're going to do will be such a far cry from what I'm able to do. Like, please don't try it. Just don't. But in that, it's like that kind of gives us the energy that we need to really close some doors and go, yo, you know what? Like, I am way too big to be dealing with energy this small. I can create bigger than this. And in most cases, it's going to require me to move quickly and decisively. Sagittarius energy of the Eight of Wands says like, yo, the archer, the sniper. A sniper will wait in position indefinitely, barely moving, staring through the scope, waiting for the opportunity for the target that they were told about in advance, or the target that they knew about in advance, to show up, sometimes days in advance. One of the coolest things I ever learned about snipers is, like, quite honestly, how long they're willing to be in one space waiting for the opportunity to take the shot. In this case, the master numbers are being asked the same thing, where it's like, sometimes it means waiting in place. It's not that you weren't supposed to be where you are, it's that nothing's supposed to be moving. You're supposed to be staying right here until your target comes into play. The more calm you are, the more settled your heart rate, the more in tune you are, the easier the shot is going to be. It's just going to be a breath, an exhale, and a squeeze. So for all of my fellow master numbers, the shot is coming. Reserve your ammo. And with that, stay looking up. I'm glad I was able to do this. This is the first November free game check-in. So let me know how you felt about it. Let me know what things you want to see happen in the months to come, because I'm really excited to keep showing up for y'all, because y'all keep showing up for me. Much love.